Hello everyone and welcome to Python Programming Bootcamp. The course is divided into 10 sections and I am listing them for your reference. Section 1. Introduction to Python. Section 2. Variables, data types and operators. Section 3. Control flow, if-else and loops. Section 4. Data structures. Section 5. Functions and modular programming. Section 6. File handling. Section 7. Error and exception handling. Section 8. Object-oriented programming. Section 9. Working with libraries. And Section 10. Real-world Python projects, which is the capstone section. First of all, let's talk about Section 1 of this course. We will take up the following topics in the upcoming 6 lessons. Installing Python, writing your first Python program, how Python executes code using VS Code, input-output statements, and last of all, comments in Python. Thank you and see you in the next lesson. In this lesson, I will guide you how to install Python on your system. Let's start with installing Python on Windows. Step 1 is open your browser and go to python.org. Click on Downloads and download the latest stable version. Currently that version is Python 3.14. When the installer opens, it's very important that you tick the checkbox that says Add Python to Path. Click Install Now and wait for installation to finish with the Setup was successful message. To check if Python installed correctly, open command prompt and type Python _ and version. If you see a version number, you are all set. For Mac users, Python already comes pre-installed on Mac OS, but it's usually an older version. You can download the latest version from python.org and install it the same way. For Linux users, most distros already include Python. If needed, you can install Python using your package manager such as apt or yum. Before we move to the next lesson, I would like to introduce you to the beautifully crafted student workbook with to-dos, assignments and mini projects for each lesson. You will find the download link of the workbook in the video description. The lesson will be complete only if you put effort into solving the given problems and creating the required mini project before moving on to the next lesson. I have also shared the link for the instructor answer key to help you check your answers. In the next lecture, we will write our first Python program. Now that Python is installed, let's write our first program. Open Notepad, type this line, print hello world. This simple command tells Python to display the message on the screen. Save the file with the .py extension, giving it a desired name. For example, in Notepad, click File, Save As, and in the Save As dialog box, change Save As type to all files and give sayhello.py as the file name. Take care that you save the file in the folder of your choice so that you may easily find and run it later on. Now, let's run this simple program. On Windows, open command prompt, move to the folder where you have saved the .py file and type python sayhello.py. You should see hello Python. On Mac or Linux, type python 3 sayhello.py to run the program. Congratulations, you just ran your first Python program. Python is an interpreted language. That means Python reads your code line by line and executes it immediately. Unlike languages such as C or C++, Python doesn't need a separate compilation step. This has two big advantages: faster to write code, no waiting for compilation, and easier to debug. Errors point directly to the line causing the issue. Python has two ways to run your code. First is the interactive mode, in which you open a terminal and just type Python, and you will enter an environment where you can run Python line by line. type a statement and press the enter key to execute it. Here we see an example of 3 Python statements executed one by one. Second is the script mode. This is where you write code in a file, save it and run it. We had demonstrated this in the previous lesson where we created a simple Python script, say hello.py. Here we see a Python script called program.py with multiple Python statements. Move to the command prompt and type Python program.py to execute the program. This will run all the statements of the script one by one. Throughout this course, we will mostly use script mode because that's how real projects are built. Thank you and see you in the next lesson. Python works with several code editors. Let me quickly introduce the most popular ones. First, VS Code. Lightweight, fast, versatile editor from Microsoft with extensions for Python. VS Code runs on all platforms and is great for almost all programming languages. It is a highly recommended IDE for beginners. You can download VS Code from code.visualstudio.com. Second, PyCharm. A full-featured Python IDE from JetBrains, excellent for large projects, Django apps, and professional development. Third, Jupyter Notebook. Used mainly for data science, it allows you to run Python code cell by cell and visualize graphs instantly. For this course, we'll use VS Code because it offers the perfect balance of simplicity and power. In this lesson, let's learn how to take input from a user and display output. We will use VS Code to write and execute our program. Open VS Code and from the menu, choose File, Open Folder. Select the folder where you are saving your Python files to open it in VS Code. Once the folder is open, the already created files and folders are visible in the Explorer pane on the left side of the VS Code workspace. Click on File, New File from the menu and select File type as Python file. A blank, untitled file is created and opened in the editor. On the first line, write the statement print welcome to Python. To take input from the user, we use the input function. Input always returns a string even if you type a number. We will learn how to convert types later. On the second and third line, type name equal to input, enter your name, print hello, comma, name. Save the program and give it a name input output.py. VS Code has an inbuilt terminal. We can switch on the terminal panel by selecting View Terminal from the menu or using the Ctrl plus tilde key combination. On the terminal prompt, type Python input output.py to execute the program and view the output. Thank you and see you in the next lesson. Comments are notes you write inside your code to explain what you are doing. Python ignores comments completely while running the code. There are two types of comments: single line comment using a hash symbol, multiple line comment using triple quotes. I am sharing an example of the single and multi-line comments in the code example we worked on earlier. We can use them as per our requirement in the code. Good code is not only correct, it is readable and well documented. It helps us as well as any other person on our team to debug, maintain and update the software. This brings us to the end of the section 1 of the course. Make sure to complete all workbook exercises and mini projects before moving on to the next section. Thank you.